Yes, Liam finally got it out. Let's go. I'm counting in without anyone yapping. Now you're gonna deal with me yapping for the next fucking 2 hours. Let's
I'm out.
go. Welcome back, D20 Modern, episode 4, Dungeon Master West. Back at it again. Yeah, I mean, I got Chris, I got Owen, I got James, I got Nate, I got Liam. B can't be here this week, but another unfortunate, so sad news. This is Chris's last session with us for the foreseeable future. He's starting a new job, and we all bish him the best luck.
We wish him all
We
the
love you,
best
Chris.
luck in his future endeavors.
Yes, sir. We love you, Chris, and you'll always have a seat here at the table.
And I'm sure I'll probably be behind the scenes designing terrible encounters to go ahead and steamroll these poor individuals.
Oh, yes.
Salute for
We
Chris.
got salute for Chris.
Owen
We love you,
fucking
bud.
salute, you prick.
Oh, it's so fucking salute. Chris.
At ease, players. Let's get this show on the go.
All right, we got the battle report this session coming from Nate. Take it away. Take it away, Shorty.
I'm not short, but whatever. Anyway,
Guys, he is short.
last session in Dahlia del Nero. I'm perfectly average, thank you. The strike team killed the Viraldi,
The self.
but misfire went down in the process because big radioactive bear thing does big damage. The team salvages some equipment from the base, including a couple of weapons and some electronic parts, and heads back to camp with our prisoner in tow. Doc performing surgery on Misfire and Jekyll, which are both successful. The team having a quick meal around the campfire before Miguel goes out on first watch. On his watch, he notices some shadowy figures moving around in the jungle ahead of him. So he goes over to investigate and finds some lizard tracks. But this is not just your everyday lizard tracks. No, these are giant fucking lizards. They are absolutely huge. They went in a northeasterly direction, which Miguel tracks down to a river, of which the track, as far as Miguel can tell, they went in a southeastern direction at the river to avoid it. Shane goes on second watch after Jonathan comes back and reports what he found.
Jonathan, eh?
I know that
Yep.
guy.
Love Jonathan. Jonathan lives in everybody's heads rent free.
I mean, we are in a forest, basically.
Yeah.
He is immortal.
Well,
He's above
debatable.
averagely mortal.
Yep. Billy takes the middle tent after his watch. Everything seemingly goes well. aside from Corey's obnoxious snoring,
Yeah, it was rough.
that woke everybody up. In the morning, the strike team interrogates the pirate and learns that there are a lot of them on the island, and that the Soviets are trying to find something involving nuclear-related things and track them to. The pirates track the Soviets down to Sharkmaw Cove, but the group decided that they are going to go to Crash Site Zero instead, hoping to find some answers about what's going on at the island before taking on the Soviets. And that is where we left off last session.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. I love it. Liam, give me pause. The morning dawns on your 4th day on the island. I believe that's correct. 4th day?
Sounds about
Arrival
right.
day, night outside of the facility, surgery night. Just woke up. Day 4.
On your 4th day on the island, you hear the winds whipping and kind of tearing at the flaps of your tents as they like a violent flag in the wind, they um just to speed us along. I think all of you kind of wake up at a similar time, exit your tents all at a similar time. I'll say it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. You look towards the shore once again, where Misfire, you have put a stick in the beach to measure how much the tide has risen. What kind of skill do I want to ask you to make me right now? It's not really like a knowledge nature, is there?
There is a nature sciences, and there's also survival.
Where's the nature sciences?
Sorry,
I'm not seeing that on my.
Earth and life sciences. Sorry.
I'm not seeing this on my list.
Yep, Earth and life sciences.
Seen there, man.
Is it under like alphabetically E?
No, it's in
Like for
knowledge.
Earth?
They go
It's in
knowledge.
knowledge.
There's like
Oh, right here.
categories of all
Okay,
the
sorry.
knowledge.
Totally just didn't see that. Knowledge, Earth and Life Sciences. Thank you so much. I was looking at my wrong list. Go ahead and roll me either a survival or knowledge, Earth and Life Science, whatever you feel would be more applicable in your state.
Okay. Probably go Earth and Life, even though it's untrained, because I have better intelligence than I do wisdom. Dirty 20.
30-20. You can tell in this moment that the tide is in. You're a really smart guy. You can kind of do the calculations on how far the tide has come in to where the tide is going to go out. And with your calculations, you quickly get a piece of scrap paper out and run the calculations. It is the coast has risen about 1.5 feet last night. So it seems to be increasing. Like the island seems to be sinking faster now.
I gather everybody up. So we got some bad news. The island is sinking faster than we think it is.
Wonderful.
It sunk another 1.5 feet while we were out.
All right. Even less time to dilly-dally then. We should probably get on to heading to crash site 0.
Collect our proofs, then leave everyone to drown.
Sounds like a spiffy idea.
In this moment, what is the priority of material that you guys are going to take with you from Recovery 1 to Crash Site 0? You guys have the Jeep, which could sit 2 in the front and up to 6 in the back, including not including equipment. So 2 in the front, 6 in the back. But you still need to leave room for equipment, and then you have the motorcycle with the sidecar. And remember, you do still have your prisoner who is locked up in the ammunition supply tent.
Ammunition and rations.
Yep.
I'm sure we can job up a communication system by some means in order to radio out.
Not that that's really working anyways.
Well, we did just upgrade it.
Actually, I don't think I got around to that yet because of the
Oh.
interrogations and stuff. I was going through files.
Yeah, you have the equipment to upgrade your long range communication now, but you haven't successfully done that yet. I mean, keeping that in mind, then you also have to think about bringing some of your communication equipment from Recovery 1 to 0.
I can see what I can do about the communications array. See what I can bring over.
Sounds good.
In this moment, what is the rest of you doing as Misfire goes off to complete his mission?
Back in the Jeep.
You're gonna go check out the Jeep?
No, I'm gonna pack the Jeep.
You're gonna go pack the Jeep. What are you packing in the Jeep in this moment? Rations and ammo?
Yeah.
Per. All right. In this moment, then you can go ahead and roll me a. I'd probably say a strength check.
Okay.
And Liam, what do you think would be an applicable skill for you to pack up some of this communication equipment? My brain's telling me craft electronic, but if you think you see something that's more applicable, you can go ahead and make your pitch.
I was thinking either craft electronic or mechanical because the array would have a bit of both parts. Although, in this case, if I want to just make a communications array with the parts I have, I'd probably go more electronic so I could have the components for it to work.
So give me craft electronic then, just to see, like, as you strip both your long range and your short range communications, to see if you have the knowledge to grab all of the parts that you need to be able to reestablish this connection once you reach 0.
That would be a nice 30.
Bam! What was your strength check, Doc?
30-20.
Boom. All right. The rest of you, what are you guys getting up to here?
I'm going to actually take a moment to construct a rudimentary sextant in order to figure out the height of nearby features, just so that way we know where we might need to scuttle to.
I thought
I'd call that probably craft mechanical. Go ahead and roll me that. SVD, what are you thinking?
I will probably help load the ammunition and stuff and rations.
Perfect. You can go ahead and roll me a strength check as well for that.
We've got a 28.
28 for you. Perfect.
Oh, today's gonna be fun.
Oh, that dice went off. That die went off to dice jail.
I'm assuming that's a 20.
In the SIP game, maybe.
Good old natural one for your homeboy. Go ahead and roll me a dexterity saving throw. Oh,
It goes in the ice cube tray filled with water until it learns to roll better.
You said a deck save?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 21.
You carrying one of the larger crates of ammunition, misstep into the sand as you roll your ankle. For the next 3 hours, you're gonna take a -1 penalty to all dex-based saves. But you did not permanently injure yourself. So take that as the victory it is.
Save a fucking
You
ankle.
rolled your ankle. Yeah, he collapses Doc as you're loading up one of the crates of food. You see SVD collapse behind you as his crate rolls out. He screams, "Fuck!" as he grabs his ankle.
is it good?
It'll be fine. Fuck.
It looks okay.
Yeah.
It looks okay from your eyes. If you would like to take a little bit of extra time not loading the cart, you could roll me a whatever your medicine check is. Can't remember what it's called. Can never. What is it?
I don't know. Didn't you just say he's not permanently injured? Like I can do that, but like
No, but you could roll it on a DC 15. You can create a splint, cutting his 3 hours down to 2.
sure.
Or if you think better priority, you want to load, go ahead and load.
I mean, it's
Miguel.
a free roll. I don't like. I get the 15, so
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So, you take a little bit of extra time to patch him up and create him a splint. Causing you guys probably I'd say to lose about an hour of sunlight, but that's not a big deal as it's still pretty early
I don't. How does
before
that?
you guys are ready to ship out.
How does that take an hour? I'm not even a doctor. I could probably do that in like
Well,
15 minutes.
Well, I'm just saying, like, because of just like the domino effect of like
Oh
you
yeah,
taking the
okay.
time to like heal him, that nothing's now getting done on the truck, and so it kind of sets the whole group back by an hour. Not that it takes an hour for you to create a splint.
Does Miguel like see the SVB?
I haven't had the chance to ask you what you're doing in this moment while everybody else is going off to do their own thing. What is Billy up to in this moment?
Billy is going to just load up the Barrett 50 cal, the boxes of ammunition, like basically all of the stuff that he has recovered from his adventure so far and just load it into the truck.
So while everybody else is doing other things, you guys see Billy just moving his own shit.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yep.
And so him carrying his own, like he's got like a couple of ammo boxes tucked under his arm as he moves forward, getting his own chair set up with his bag and his gun leaned up against where he's like, this is where I'm gonna sit. And as this moment, as you're getting your chair set up, Billy, you hear from behind you, SVD collapses. He screams, "Oh, fuck!"
Billy says under his breath, watch your step there, stupido. As
Roll me a
he
listen check there, Owen. See if you hear him talking shit. Punch him in the face.
11.
Yeah, I know your shit. You're too busy yelling your own goddamn swear that you can't hear anyone talking else around them. So the time is now 11 o'clock before you guys are all now ready to ship out to crash site 0. What seating arrangement are we going with? Is everybody loading up into the Jeep?
No, it'd be 2 in the front of the Jeep, 2 in the back of the Jeep with the cargo, one guy driving the motorcycle, and prisoner in the passenger seat of the
sidecar.
motorcycle.
Perfect. Okay, you guys, you load Abel up into his. Sorry, Leah.
I was gonna say we should put the passenger in the middle seat to make sure there's no quick way of escape because he could just jump out of the sidecar.
I'd hurt like a bitch. He could do that, but he's tied up.
Either way works.
I don't think you need to particularly worry about him jumping out of the sidecar because if you're traveling fast enough and he's like tied down, like yeah, he could try and whip himself out, but that could really end up in maiming himself or killing himself if he did that. And so I don't think you need to worry about that too much.
This is just
So
Quinn's
who's
overcautiousness.
going? Yeah. Who's going where? The strongest driver, I believe, would be Misfire.
Who else has a good
Shotgun.
drive?
I'll be in the gunner position.
I mean, it's a Jeep. I don't think there's like a mounted gun or anything. You just
I
They have
think
an
too.
LMG.
I think he'll just use the LMG on like the back of the Jeep.
Does anybody else have any ranks in drive?
I do.
How many ranks in drive you got?
4.
Okay.
Or my total bonus to drive is 4.
Whatever. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So I'll go in the motorcycle with the sidecar.
Cool. If he's got shotgun,
That
I'll sit in
means-
the back.
Perfect. So Misfire is driving. You have Jekyll in shotgun, and then Doc and SVD in the back of the Jeep, and then Snake as well as in the back of the Jeep. And then you have Billy and Abel in the sidecar. Excellent. With everything packed up in this moment, is there anything else you guys need to settle on the beach before we move forward?
No.
I'm alright.
Perfect. Drivers, go ahead and roll me your drive checks. Corey, can you go ahead and roll me a navigation check?
That would
26
be
for nav.
27 for
26
drive.
on nav, 27 on drive,
22.
22 on drive. The adventure begins. Call a quick break.
Dun dun dun.
So, the journey begins. Can I have Liam? Can you roll me 2d6?
Do you want the numbers together or separate numbers?
Sorry, just give me 1 second. Yes, 2 separately, please. Like
4
both of them
and
separately.
6.
4, 4, and 6. And Billy, you're driving the motorcycle. Can you roll me 1d6?
Sure. 5.
Hmm.
4, 5, 6. Let's
So,
go, baby.
4, 5, and 6. This is the best thing I could have fucking asked for. So, the drive itself across the island takes 2.5 hours. The first hour goes without a hitch. The forest was cleared out enough between 1 and 0 for you guys to be able to make your way through the forest. Right up until you reach over the sounds of your Jeep and motorcycle, you hear the sound of roaring water as I'd say it's about a 15-foot wide rushing creek stands before you and the direction in which you guys would like to travel. Um, Miguel, you were slowly trailing behind the Jeep as you see the red flash of the brake lights from the Jeep. You also slow down as Jekyll and Misfire, you guys are looking forward to this flow of rushing water. I mean, I don't think I have anything else to add. There's like obviously like you're pretty deep into the jungle. The trees are kind of thinned out among this area. There's a lot more like beds of like rougher rocks and grass, and moss in this area.
Right. Um, this is the river that I track the lizards to, correct?
This is the same river, just further down its line.
Okay.
So, on your journey, you did
Wait, is it a
warn
creek or
your
a river?
comrades. It's okay. It's like creaky, rivery, but it's like probably got a 15-foot gap between where the water and it's like very high tide water. Or like the high, whatever that word is, rapids.
Okay.
But it's like very creaky, small rivery. It's about 15 foot,
How deep
you
does it
know.
look?
Um, The depth is kind of obscured by the fact of the water kind of has the white rapids to it, but it's also kind of a murky brown water. The way that the hill kind of slopes in, this water has been carving through the soft mud for a long time, and so it's like very high banks into very steep shores and then river, or steep like beds and then into underneath where it's kind of obscured. Um,
Did anyone play the Oregon Trail?
No, I died of dysentery.
I beat it on the hardest difficulty.
I don't
Did
believe you.
you ford the river?
Yes.
Are we gonna gun this bitch?
No. Probably not. Misfire, can you use your GPS to see if we can find a way around this?
GPS is conked out. We're not getting any signal here.
Fuck.
Maybe
All
run
right.
along the banks? See if we can find an area where it plateaus?
It's a nice
I'd better be safe than sorry.
I
It's not a
don't
bad
trust
idea,
this
even if
water,
we find
especially with the island sinking.
If we find a shallow area, we could probably just cross.
who would like to give me a navigation check as you guys begin to walk up and down its banks to try and find a shallower portion of this river?
I'm fine with it.
Go ahead and roll me both a survival and a navigation. You yourself need to be able to walk in this space, but also be able to track where and how you're going to get across.
Navigation is 14. Sorry, the survival is 14. Navigation is 29.
That's perfect. Okay. 14, you lag back a little bit. You have to take some extra time to avoid some mud holes and some rougher bramble. But you discern a path enough that you can lead your team through. So you head back. You've wasted probably another 2 hours at this point, causing it to be 1 in the afternoon at this point.
Didn't the trip take 2.5 hours so far?
Yes, but you guys have already traveled an hour.
What?
Hold on. So you guys left at 11. You guys
Yeah.
have traveled an hour so far because you rolled a 6, so you're good. And then you reach the river, which between his time of going to explore the path and getting back and guiding you through it, it caused another 2 hours to pass. So it's
Oh,
now.
sorry. I thought you initially said when we were doing our trip that we had already traveled 2.5 hours.
Yes, no, sorry. You've made an hour through your 2.5 hour journey so far.
Okay.
It is
Oh, okay.
from location to location in a
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
line should be 2.5 hours, but you're not traveling a straight line.
As the
Right.
bird flies.
Exactly. Go ahead and roll me another drive check in this moment just to see how much more time this is going to take. This is Billy and Misfire.
15.
That's a very dirty and naughty 20.
Not a little 20. Perf. As you guys are driving along, this is during the second hour of your journey. What is Doc up to in this moment? Are you doing anything in particular? Are you looking at anything? Are you kind of laser focused on your own gear? What are you up to in the back of this truck?
Is it an uncovered Jeep?
It is an uncovered Jeep.
Then I'm
The
probably
benches are like kind of profiled this way.
right. Yeah.
So it's they're not facing forward, they're facing each other.
Just looking at the scenery, really.
Looking at the scenery. You looking at the dense wet jungle, the hanging vines, the thick bramble. You notice large. You don't know how to describe them, but they're almost hoof-like footprints in the dirt road as you guys are driving along. Or this dirt area. You notice these large hoof prints now in the dirt.
Okay.
Do I also spot this as I'm also?
I would give you a spot check on this one real quick.
That's a 21.
See those
So
prints?
21, you're also going to notice them as well, yes.
What do you think those are?
Maybe some sort of deer, some sort of
They're
Deer.
huge.
elk.
Like obviously, they're huge. Like you trying to think of elk, moose, and every time you look at another step, you're like, what could this be?
Okay,
Like
what's the
obviously you guys
forest
are
look like?
moving at a rapid pace enough that you can't get a clean look at it. So if you guys are curious enough, you're gonna have to call a halt if you guys want to take a look because they're massive, circular. Like I would say, like diameter has got to be around 10 inches to a foot
Dinner
in
plate.
diameter.
What does the forest look like around there as we're passing by? Like if a creature that big's passing through, I'd assume broken branches, trampled plants. Like, can I notice any of that?
You roll me a spot check at this moment.
Let's see here. That's 22.
The forest itself is not super dense in where you guys are driving through currently. Like after you guys passed over the river, the forest is kind of lessened. You do notice that lower to the ground where these footprints are, it's almost like you can see large hip movements causing some of the brush to be pushed aside, but not exactly broken. And then looking further up, looking towards the branches, nothing seems affected, although you do see that certain branches have leaves missing near the very top.
Okay.
But it's not like something aggressive has moved through this space.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was something large and tall.
Yeah. I'm just gonna lean up to the front and just Hey, me and SVD, that's your character, right? SVD.
Yeah.
Spotted some pretty large prints. From what I can tell, it seems like a herbivore, but not something we want to hit. So keep your wits about you.
I'll keep an eye on
SVD and I.
I wasn't talking to you.
Thanks for the heads up. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
The tracks look like something like an elephant, but the other stuff looks like it's a fucking giraffe. It's
Yeah.
an elephant giraffe. What the fuck?
What?
Miguel
Subway?
Miguel thinks back to the tracks.
Aren't you?
He
You're in a separate vehicle. I don't even know
Hold
if
on.
you
You
But
you are in a separate vehicle. I will give you an option to
Okay.
roll a spot check. This is going to be a very high DC
Okay.
because you're driving and navigating yourself, so you're not exactly going to be looking at the entirety of the environment around you. But you can go ahead and make the attempt to roll. You're not going to recognize all the stuff that they recognize, but you may see the footprints. But that's all I'm going to give you. But this is going to be a very high roll. I'm going to say this is a DC 25.
Okay. Fair enough. Spot. Can I even make it?
I will allow you to roll an action point on this.
Okay, and
Like
an
spend an
action
action
point
point to
is
gain your
2d6.
2d6.
Yes,
Yes, I
2d6.
will give you that option.
All right, I'm gonna see what happens. So I have a +6 to this roll, so that means I need a 19 or higher. Okay, I'm gonna use an action point to roll 2d6. So 17 plus 6 is 23, and then I rolled a 4 total on my 2d6. So that's 27
That is
total.
a 27. You notice these large, at least 10-foot in diameter, almost elephant marks.
wait. So are they hooves or are they like elephant feet?
See, that's the thing, is like it was hard for you to distinguish that, but they are more similar to elephant feet than hooves.
Oh, okay.
Like they're the circular shape is that's what I was trying to make this the bridge over to like hooves is that like it's that circular shape, but it's a lot more like elephant feet. You would have learned more information if you fully stopped. I just gave you information of what you were seeing and a kind of a flash as it's driving by.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
But you unfortunately don't hear the conversation, nor do you see the effect of the bramble and the leaves above for you to make any informed decision or call in your mind yourself.
That's my bad. That's on me.
No, you're good. You're good. On the last half an hour of your journey, the forest, the jungle. Apologies, it's not a forest. Let me not talk shit. Ain't any forest. It's a goddamn jungle. The jungle has now
What about rainforest?
thinned to the point of rainforest. Oh my god, you're so right. Is a rainforest a jungle?
Yes.
I don't know what the technical definition of a jungle is.
Somebody find that out and let me know later.
Yeah. A
So
dense
the
tropical.
jungle.
So a jungle is just a dense tropical forest. So I don't know if that's the exact
Oh,
same thing as a rainforest, but I would assume so.
I believe it would be right.
Yes, it would be.
Aren't they normally called tropical rainforests anyways?
Oh, okay. So rainforest, it has to do with the canopy overhead. Rainforests have big canopies, so it doesn't get a lot of like light to the ground. But jungles, there's um more like a tangled overgrowth, so you get more like light in the ground. So probably more of a
Okay,
jungle.
so I would say this is more of a rainforest
Oh,
then.
okay, that's cool.
Yeah. I would say I'm looking for a lot more of that dense overgrowth
Yeah,
of the canopy and the darkness, and then like needing to find a clearing so then you can get a clear shot of the sky. So yeah, I think this is more of like a dense rainforest than a jungle. My
cool.
apologies, I didn't know that there was much of a difference there. That's really cool. You learn something every day. I fucking love that. On the last half an hour of your fucking journey, the rainforest behind you has now lessened to an odd sense. Looking forward, the ground itself is dried and almost devoid of life. As the trees pass behind you and you drive out into this almost like, I can only describe it as like a stone desert where you see a lot of like sands but also large rock clusters. This is a dead rainforest devoid of rain and forest. The only vegetation in sight as you guys are approaching ground zero are these large, close to the ground vegetation with these large leaves. They grow tall. Like, I want to say it's close to the ground compared to trees, but as you look around at this vegetation, it is tall. Like, the shortest plants can grow up to about 5 feet in this almost umbrella of these large flat leaves that grow out from a center stalk and flop outwards, almost like a very green mushroom if you're looking at them straight on. They grow out to a beautiful, vibrant green, and closer to the stalks is like a lavender purple stalk that grows into the dirt below.
I'm going to change the clip inside of my pistol over to my white clip.
You guys approach the not recovery one, crash site zero. The earth, dried as it is, was maintainedly flat up until where you guys reach about a 2 kilometer diameter from the original site zero is where the earth begins to concave into a dip into this space. In the center of this dip, you see a large hexagonal research facility built up around the lowest point of this bowl. You see a large glass domed roof above it. You see the large hexagonal exterior, and it has three separate wings that go off into hallways and chambers beyond the main facility itself is a large hexagonal hallway that wraps around this large glass bubble. Vegetation grows out of broken pieces and in strange places. Even you see in a large section above the large domed roof above the center, you see a large tree. It looks a lot like the vegetation that you led up to this area, but this is much larger and taller, and the leaves grow at least up to like 25 feet in full length from stalk to tip.
While we're still adequately far out, I'm going to take another photo for the records.
Well, it looks like we're breaking into the hexagon.
I shoot SVD in the head.
Go ahead and roll me an attack. No, I'm kidding.
Just one and done.
Fuck you.
I'll have to remember to develop these at the same time as my Kodak Fun Savers.
You lead an interesting life.
I do.
Well, what do you guys say we go explore a mysterious research facility?
Sounds good, Chief.
We drove for hours to get here and we didn't pack extra fuel to go back. We might as well.
What do we do about the Jeep? I know obviously we didn't see anybody on the way here, but we know there's other people on the island. Do you think we're okay to just leave it here?
Not sure if
Take
we have
the
much of a
keys.
choice.
I guess, but that leaves all our rations and food still up. Our rations and ammo still up for grabs.
Did you want to move in?
What do you mean?
Did you want to see if there was a vehicle hangar?
I don't know if I want to take the Jeep down there. How deep is the? I know you said it's like 2 kilometers wide, but how deep is the?
It gets pretty deep. Maybe half a kilometer deep at its center.
Probably
But
best
it's
not to.
obviously got some built up structure around it that not the entire thing goes down that far.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what you can see, there isn't much of a vehicle hangar. This is a very... actually, you know what? Go ahead and... I'll say Jekyll and Doc roll me spot checks, both of you, just to see what you guys can spot from the infrastructure of this general area.
Frick. It's cocked. Dang.
Roll it
It's
again.
I know, but it's
I'm
cocked
gonna
right
pop an
between a
action point.
20 and a 2. It's very sad.
Sounds like a 20 to me.
Oh, the next one was a 19 anyways, so let me
All right, there you go. 19 works.
that'll be 28.
22.
Outside, a little bit outside of the crater, still within the basin, is a flat, almost concrete slab where you can see the markings of what used to be a helicopter pad. And you see a couple of other military jeeps, all of them with their wheels either completely removed or parts been stripped out of it. But As you look closer towards the dome, you notice where the landing pad itself has been sacked of stuff, but whoever has been here before is scared of this crater. They have not made their way close to the research facility. They've just kind of been around looting near the vehicles.
I could just disconnect the terminals from the battery if we wanted to make sure the truck or the Jeep wasn't going to go anywhere. But that won't stop the vehicle from being looted.
Did we have someone stay back and guard it, or just
We could be a real dick and just blockade it in with all the detritus of the old vehicles. I
Is
don't care about ruining their rims.
what's V's character's name?
Snake.
Is that what
Snake.
Miss Fire?
Lily,
Oh, Snake, right.
Lily,
Lily, whatever.
Snake, yeah.
Snake, you want to stay at the truck?
I can keep an eye on the truck and our new friend if you guys want to go ahead and explore. Just make sure you maintain connection with me on the radio. So if you guys need some extra support, I'll kill our new friend and run my way down there.
Sounds good. Does like shortwave radio would still work around here, right? Like just
Oh, yeah.
radios between us. Okay.
Yeah, shortwave will work, especially in this open-aired area. Communication might be a lot easier.
How loose does the like soil and stuff look like going down into the crater? Like, are we gonna have trouble getting back up?
It should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Let's go explore a creepy abandoned factory. Hopefully abandoned. Or I guess hopefully I don't know.
Perfect. With that, I'm just gonna call a quick 5-minute.
Cool.
So do we park by the helipad then? Park our Jeep, leave Snake behind to guard as you guys all make your ways in?
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so you park at the helipad, leaving Snake and Abel behind. Abel is your prisoner. The remainder 5 of you walk down the hill, avoiding some steeper cliff faces as you cautiously make your way down to the large front door of this circular pop-up scientific shelter.
I hope we find meal norm.
It's very like Mars landing-esque architecture, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see the door has a large circular almost like vault wheel that you need to spin, but upon the inside you see vines wrapping around like the hallways and the doors and obscuring the windows.
Polly
As you
Shore
guys try
would
to
approve
peer
of
inside.
this biodome.
Who?
Polly Shore would approve of this biodome.
Okay.
I'm dropping all the 90s references.
And I'm pretty sure only 2 of the other people were born in the 90s.
That's why it's my job
Liam,
to
are you a 90s
maintain
kid?
atmosphere.
Yeah, the cusp of the 90s, 1999.
99, and Owen's 98?
99.
Or are you 99 too? Oh, you're also 99. Okay.
Liam's older than I am by a couple months.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you guys are the same year, just a couple of months apart.
Yep.
Crazy. Yeah. Um, so the five of you are outside the exterior of this building.
I want to be on the inside.
You wanted to be on the inside. Go ahead, and I'm not even gonna bother. You know what? I'm gonna ask a roll as you try to unravel this vault door. You'll go ahead and just roll me a strength check, DC 10, to just pry the door away from the clutches of the vines.
Bro, that was another cocked nat 20. Sweet.
That's fine.
No, I got 9.
Damn. You get the door open, but you kind of just try to pull on it, and the vines kind of wrapped around some of the hinges and stuff that you don't have the strength yourself to fully open it up.
Hey, big guy, can I get a hand?
Yeah, I got you. Do I need to roll a strength check or something?
You were close enough. You put your left hand on the door to just help him, and you kind of rip it out yourself. You're like, whatever. Opening the door and brushing past the initial vines obscuring the door. The inside of this compound smells like a mixture of rich vegetation and some form of fertilizer. Um, Entering through this door, you see a short hallway in front of you, maybe about 30 feet in length, where the hallway opens up into that main hexagonal hallway. And beyond that hexagonal hallway, you see glass windowed walls into that center domed area covered in the most vibrant green vegetation that you've ever seen. This is different to the rainforest you were in, which was also very vibrant, but in different ways. These leaves seem otherworldly to you.
That ain't no normal chlorophyll.
The air is sweet and thick with rot and growth.
And maybe radioactivity. So, is this the room like where that big tree is like planted? Like rooted?
Yes. Yeah.
How does the like I know the vegetation's like very vibrant green. How does the tree itself look, like the wood, the bark? Like does it seem earthly, I guess?
If it was earthly, it was from millions of years ago.
Hmm.
This tree is thick and has grown rapidly. Its leaves are beyond any other leaf that you have seen. Its bark texture is unknown.
Interesting.
I'm going to take a couple of photos.
Okay. I suppose we should keep looking around, see what we can find here. Any signs of the original crew or whatnot.
Or some terminals.
Yep. Anything with logs and stuff like that.
So, terminals, yes. Crew, no. You see, in this hexagonal hallway, you see the walls are, if it's not a hallway leading to another portion of the base, it is covered in those old boxy information center faces. It's not like a laptop with boxes. It's like it's a whole maintained, like, what am I looking for here? What is the word I'm trying to say here? You know what I'm saying?
Like a portable computer setup?
Hold on, let me think about this for a minute.
Okay.
Like a
What
kiosk?
is the what's the vision I'm trying to go for? The desks are almost like there's a small kind of platform where you can rest your arms, and then above that it's a diagonal interface of screens and knobs, almost like 60, like the old bunker, like 60s computers, but a lot more modernized. But it's just these large rigs of interconnected computers.
So terminal banks.
Yeah, I think so.
Terminal
Yeah.
banks, thank you.
Cool. What do you see? What do you see, Tech Boy?
I approach the terminal banks to see if there's any, or like find the terminal screen to see if there's any files I can pull up about this area. What was going on here?
You begin to mess with the knobs and flick on the power of the screen as they blur to life, and with the static, you begin to peruse through files. I need you to show me.
Computer use.
That's the one.
That is a 26.
A 26. I'm gonna ask you, Liam, what do you look for first?
First I look for what kind of, I guess, experiments or something they were running here that caused this place to become like it is, and then find any logs for if there was about any uh, um, disasters that had recently struck before um, evacuation or something.
So you open up some of the older notes to when this facility was established. You see various logs on the mining and the testing of whatever metallic meteor has come down and crashed in this area. The scientists refer to it as temponium. The various like mining and like to drill it out, you see a lot of logs on like most of our drill equipment hasn't been working. We've now had to rent out a diamond tipped bore in order to reach the meteor's core to truly identify what this material is. You see logs of how when the meteor, the temponium, hit, it vanquished a lot of the living flora in the area. But you also see logs of scientists noting of certain plant life beginning to grow, plant life that no one has really recognized, or if they had recognized it, it hasn't been around for a very, very long time. And I think as you're combing through information, unfortunately, I think here we're going to call the episode. Thank you very much for joining us this episode. And once again, I want to thank our very good friend Chris for joining us over the last year and a half. Thank you for being here. Thank you for gracing us with your experience and your joy and your knowledge. We love you, buddy.
Trust me, it's been a pleasure to be able to spend the time with you guys.
It's been a pleasure serving you, lad.
Really good.
Hopefully, we
final
will
time.
see you around soon.
And for one final time, Nate, send him away.
Bye, have a wonderful time.
And I hope you do.
Peace.